Hello, my beautiful witches. Happy Sunday. I wanted to share with you this booklet that I got because one of you guys mentioned it. I paid a few bucks for these books because there's only a few of these ones in good state out there in the internet. But this was 35 cents when it first came out. It's called Everyday Witchcraft by Delphine Sea Lions. I guess she was very popular on the 70s. I know this is not her real name. This is kind of like her name of the plume that she used. But look at this baby. Look at the little cat. What is this in the bottom? I don't know what type. This is like a crystal necklace. Don't know what type of crystal this is, but you have a black candle, the infamous black candle. And this gives me this air of everyday witchcraft for the housewife, right? The homemaker. It's pretty cool. So I want to share this with you. I want to look at it with you. It has like a paint fingerprint in here. Like if at some point it was touched with paint. So I have a fingerprint in here. It's so cool. Sorcery in the 70s. Modern witchcraft for today's woman back in the 70s. If you dare, you can. I love that. Arouse a man's desire. Torment an enemy. Desire your baby's sex. Keep a man faithful. Control your in-laws. Make appliances work. This is so funny. And prevent burglaries. Let's take a look at the book inside. This is how it came. So you've seen better days, but let's face it, this is 50 years old. I was also born in the 70s, so this book and I, we have the same age. So let's take a look at it. It seems that this publishing was from 1972. This book is by Dell Publishing's Company, Inc. in New York, New York. So we're going to open this booklet and we're going to see the contents on this booklet. More power to you. What witchcraft can do for you. Black magic and white magic. Does witchcraft work? Sorcery is as old as mankind. In every age, some people have believed in it. Others have called it superstition. You alone can determine if witchcraft work for you. This book can give you no guarantees except one. Your spells can work unless you have faith in them. Many witches always tell you that you have to have faith in your own magic. And you know what? Better than faith is what I tell you. Your intentions have to be very, very clear when you are doing spells. Sorcery essentials: the right time, the right place. Spell ingredients, very important. Tools of the trade. Work by the light of a candle, oil lamp, or fireplace, rather than ordinary electricity. Well, I don't know about witches nowadays. This is so cool. Some psychedelic lamps are also very good for creating the right mood. It's funny that we use this word over here, psychedelic. So psychedelic items were such popular things back then, right? Your spellcasting clothes should be loose and spanking clean. And you should take a bath before, and that's an important ritual. It says over here, and this is something that witches still nowadays use, even a birthday candle, so you can use the right emotions. Very important, witches. To summon this emotion, concentrate very hard on the reason for casting your spell. This is something that's been the first rule of thumb when it comes to magic. You have to bring about your emotions and your intentions. You have some love foods and aphrodisiacs. She's going to share with you some recipes. And also, there is something over here that she is, when it comes to aphrodisiac, what not to serve. And obviously, this is made by a woman, definitely directed to women, housemakers back in that time. So it tells you right here, she mentions over here, what not to serve your man. Because just as some foods can turn a man on, others can turn him off. Hard liquor, contrary to popular opinion, is the most effective male turn off. So don't feed your man, according to this book, alcohol, coffee or tea, too much caffeine for a lover. They make him nervous, not amorous. Ice cold water and cola drinks at any temperature have a chilling effect on romance. Crabs. It's funny because how many people talk about, shellfish and all that stuff as aphrodisiac, but crabs are another no-no because witches use crabs for all sorts of hateful things and they should never be eaten by lovers. Also avoid citrus fruits and their juices. Oranges, lemons, grapefruit are the most common. She's going to tell you why not to use them. Love spells. She also has a recipe in here for a love doll that you're going to eat, that you can't eat from, that you bake. Yeah, this is so funny. Take a look at this. Love dolls update. Though synthetic fabrics are frowned on, there is nothing in witchcraft lore that prevents the use of some 20th century developments. I freaking love this. It's such a cute little booklet. Thus, instead of a doll, you can use his photograph to represent the one you love. However, the spell is then cast a little differently. It's going to tell you how to cast a spell. She talks about the moon face. As the nuts I do entwine, lets his heart be linked to mine. A little larceny. I was reading these spells earlier today and I thought it was pretty cool. So with this little spell, you're supposed to steal something from him. And of course, you're going to give it back after you work your magic on it. Be sure to pick something that you can wear. His belt, his scarf, a tie tack, etc. Wear it all day and night for a week. Sleep with it and touch it frequently. By the time you give it back, it will be as much yours as his. Pretty cool, right? Witch's Garden. This is a little spell that you can do. Planting marigold in some type of dirt that he has stepped on. As this root shall grow and this blossom blow, so let his heart be inclined unto me. For enduring love. If you're not afraid to overstimulate him, try to touch the back of his neck without his knowledge while whispering softly. I don't know how you're going to do this without his knowledge unless he's asleep. Or maybe you're pretending to do a massage for him. Hands set him on fire with the wildest desire. This is very interesting magic to win him back. Now you're going to have some vengeance magic to bring bad luck and misfortune to someone. Water turned to vinegar, venom and gall. So to him or her who received this, much harms may befall. I think there's going to be a few of the spells in here that are going to be a little bit wicked. To physically torment an enemy. I like this one. I mean, you have to cut a tree, but it's up to you. Cut a branch from a year-old tree, pronouncing the name of your antagonist as you do. Take the branch home. When night falls, lay it on a thick carpet. Name your enemy aloud again and beat the branch as hard as you can, but do not break it. The person will wake up the next morning as bruised and sore as if he had been beaten. Well, I know some of the spells, there has been really nasty spells and mean spells for forever, for centuries, which is, this is not just now. It's always been that way. But the thing is that there's always a reason for this. You're not going to be doing this just out of spite. There's abusive people out there that deserve this. You know? To cause insomnia, steal a piece of your enemy's clothing and a few strands of his hair. Or her hair. On a moonless night, sprinkle the clothing with bits of straw. Then burn the hair and rub the clothing with the ashes. Bury the whole shebang in ground near your enemy's home. He'll toss and turn in his bed for weeks afterwards. Listen, witches, let me know if you want me to share any of these spells in here with you. To transfer an illness. To avenge a broken heart. Like, how many of you guys asked me about this spell? Okay, let's take a look at this spell really quick. Despite the fact that you are the kindest and most understanding of women, and in the face of your strongest love magic, alas it happens, the man you love has cruelly jilted you. Never mind, mop your tears and follow one of witchcraft's oldest teachings. Don't get mad, get even. To make certain that a faithless lover suffers 3 times the agony he caused you, like a red candle on a night when you're especially unhappy. As the flames flicker, stare at them and remember how miserable the man has made you. Then stab the candle 3 times with a straight pin and say, 3 times this candle's broken by me. 3 times your heart will broken be. I love wicked spells, witches. Ah, there's a hate doll. This is so interesting. I'm going to be looking at this one. I may share that one with you guys. Reverse a spell. You have a little reversal ritual. Spells for protections against evil spirits. You know, the basics and these are the most common topics always. When it comes to witchcraft, there's some basic things. We want love, prosperity, revenge, protection. The rise symbol or hex can frighten evil forces and keep them from entering your home. One particular effective hex is the 5-pointed star. The pentagram. It becomes a pentacle when it's in circle. That we all know is a very powerful protection symbol. That's why all witches use it. Among other things, the points of the stars represents the elements, including the spirits. Everybody should know the basics on the pentacle and the pentagram. For your family, protection for your family, for your home. To protect your home from burglaries, get up before sunrise and put a pinch of pepper on the threshold of one door and the sill of one window. As you place it there, say, "Pebble sting rogue, knave or thief, whoso breaks this bond finds grief. I mean it for this sill and door, and all through this house forevermore." I like this. To prevent fires, light a red candle during a full moon, then quickly douse the flame with a glass of water while saying, "Fire bright, fire cease, will you leave this home in peace?" For blessing the appliances, I find this to be so peculiar. Of course, back in the 70s, people needed spells to keep the appliances working properly. I find this adorable. I'm not even mucking this. I just really, truly find this adorable. For your car, health and beauty spells. For your skin, so many people ask me about beauty spells and beauty for the skin spells. For your hair, to lose weight. Outline the figure you want to have on a full-length photograph or drawing of yourself. Place the picture in a spot where you see it often. For instance, on your stove or refrigerator. On the first night of the full moon, snip a fragment of your excess weight from the picture and say, "As the moon wanes, so may I decrease." Repeat the procedure each night until the new moon appears. Of course, in the meantime, you're doing your best to curb your appetite. If you still have weight to lose, at the end of the allotted time, start the spell again with a new picture and the next full moon. To gain weight, for restful sleeps, to prevent colds, to break fever, to cure a headache. Well, don't we all need this one? Fortune telling. I like this chapter. The pendulum, which is so many of you guys write to me, are so afraid of touching the tarot, the Ouija board, or any type of divination tool. The pendulum is a very friendly method for you to try to decipher some of the things that you need to know. I still prefer the tarot. I think the tarot is such a great divination tool. I prefer the tarot over anything, but if you feel like you need something simple, you can start with the pendulum. Prophet's Pebbles. What are Prophet's Pebbles? Let's take a look at these Prophet's Pebbles. Select 3 small stones or pebbles of approximately the same size and shape, but on different colors. From the 3 stones, choose the one stone that's going to represent the indicator. One for yes and one for no. So don't forget which is which. If necessary, write down their meanings until you're certain you have them memorized. Next, ask the question. That can be answered yes or no. Shake the pebbles like dice and throw them, not forcefully, on a large rimless table. If the yes stone is nearest to the indicator, then the answer is yes. If the no stone is nearest, then the answer is no. The closer the stone to the indicator, the more definite your answer is. I'll be honest, witches, I've never done this before, but this sounds really interesting. That's pretty cool. And that's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. You can do that right now. The magic circle, and this is not, we're not talking about the magic circle that people do before doing magic. Divination kind of system. Sorceress Scrabble. I bought Scrabbles. I read this and I bought a Scrabble game. Apparently you can get some messages with the Scrabble little blocks. That takes practice, because I try and I got gibberish, but you know, and then I tried to mix Spanish and English. So candle flames, I guess this is just a simple way for you to understand the way your candle is flickering. Witchcraft for all occasion, for good luck, to make money, for unwelcome visitors. See, witches, we all have the same problems, no matter how far away and how long ago. To find something, to become pregnant. Yeah. To decide a baby's sex. to the side. That's interesting. To make garden grow, to put someone in your power. This is advanced sorcery according to the author. But with a little perseverance, you may be able to bring it off. Find a pocket-sized mirror that is set in wooden frame, encircle it with ivy, and put it with the ivy still attached, face up, in a pail of water. Leave it outdoors in a place where it will be exposed to the rays of the new moon for the entire night. In the morning, take the mirror and dry it. Carry it with you in a hidden place from that moment on. When the person you want to influence comes near, look into the mirror, but don't let him or her see the mirror or your glance into it. There's more in here for that. A little bit tricky spells. How to use an amulet. Amulets and talisman. How to use a talisman. There's a big difference between amulet and talisman witches. How to find them. Precious and semi-precious stones. It's going to tell you a little bit of amber, aquamarine, beryl, coral, diamond, emerald, garnet, jade, lapis lazuli, and some other ones. Symbols and shapes. Arrowhead, bee, beetle, cats, coins, eggs, fish, hands, horseshoes, so on and so forth. Magic square, triangles. We got the Sator Repor square in here. And so many other things. Now take a look at this. So, the person that used to own this book, I guess she bought these other books. Let's take a look and see what are these ones. The first one is The Book of Omens. The other one, Dreams. She also bought Handwriting Analysis. Interesting. Numerology. Develop You ESP. Love Attraction Test. And that's it, which is pretty interesting book. Let me know if you have an old book that you want me to see if I can find. I mean, some of these books are pricey. This was 35 cents. I paid about $50 for this. But let me know if there's any other books that you think I should be looking at. I really love old stuff, particular things from the 70s. This imagery over here brings a lot of memories. Trigger a lot of memories in my head. Anyways, it's always awesome talking to you, witches. This is White Raven over here. See you tomorrow. Stay wicked.